the exit point and what actually lies ahead of a person who exits that kind of a relationship. And I know that earlier before the cameras, Dominic was saying that I think Charity will be able to help us more today. Like, what exactly should a person, especially the one exiting, be preparing for? Maybe based on the experience that you've had, or maybe the cases that you've dealt with.
One, nobody gets into a relationship to live. All of us start off from a point of, I'm in this and I want it to last a lifetime. But due to some unavoidable circumstances or unseen circumstances or situations that are just beyond our own understanding as people, you find yourself out of a relationship.
Yeah.
Whatever circumstance, it is never comfortable. So as one lives, I like using the term, it is a situation between a rock and a hard place. So you choose your hard. And as you go forward, it might not be as easy as you imagine. You would leave one situation, just from the example that I've said, it is physical abuse, and therefore you have injuries on your body, you need to be treated. Those can go away, the scars will remain.
Okay.
But as you move forward, after a breakup, there is usually a lot of emotional baggage. Sometimes to a point of you want to question yourself and your inability to manage the situation, and therefore you would have self-blame if there is a portion of it that you contributed to.
Okay.
There's a level where you have to handle betrayal, where you feel I got into this relationship and this partner was not loyal and therefore did not keep their word and you got hurt. There are other cases where you find there's a lot of stigmatization when you are out of a relationship. Society will want to brand you as a failure because usually marriage is, to some people, a level of success in life. And so, yes, those are just the three, but there are many other issues that come when you end a relationship.
Yeah.
And those would be for you as a person. If you have children, then you now have to begin talking about how you're going to manage raising these children on your own. And the tricky issues of wanting to explain to your children what really happened, why you have to move from this home to another home, or you have to move from this house to another house. The children might not understand, depending on the age. And therefore, some of your children will take sides, some will want to be on your side. Therefore, it's usually very tricky. But above all, I always say, other than leave somebody's house in a casket, just live with a broken limb and take care of your children in that manner. That is if you're a mother.
Okay.
I'm not saying the men don't have issues too. It is usually very hard for the men to, for the cases that I've handled. And one man said that when a marriage breaks and your wife leaves, your home is so cold, it almost feels like a mortuary. Yes, because we all want our life to work.
Yeah.
And when they don't work, then even if the man said, talk up a window, once that woman leaves, the man goes back to that home, then things look very different. So it is a very painful experience. And therefore, yes, as you leave, be prepared to handle pain in different forms. Yes.
Okay. Pastor, you have something to add?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'll start by saying, now that I'm a pastor, I would like to encourage those ones who are born again and they found themselves in such a situation. I want them to understand that they should not carry guilt out of a marriage and assume that now they have sinned and they are, they feel sometimes uncomfortable even to come to church to worship God just because something like a separation happened. So just want to mention what Paul said here. I think it will help for the start, so that those who have found themselves in such situations and they are believers, they don't feel victimized, because we are talking about what you expect when you are out of a relationship like that. Verse 14, there are several issues Paul is handling, but verse 14 it says, the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now they are holy. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God had called us to peace. So the basic foundation is the expectation of God is peace. In a marriage where, as Charity is saying, is physical abuse, please don't sit there and die there. God has called us to peace. If there is no peace, the Bible says there is no bondage. And as I said earlier, salvation is the pathway to heaven. Marriage is not a commandment that will make you enter heaven. So don't die in a place because you want to please the society.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor.
Yes.
Yeah, don't die there. It's better. You said it's better you live with a broken limb than live in a casket.
Yes.
That's better. Hope you got that very clearly.
Yes.
If you have any question, I see that many people are already joining it. Muongeze volume ama nikuje niongeze mwenyewe. That's Apostle James saying. The handwriting. Please ongezeni volume. You guys are whispering, Bana. So we are working on that. Let's see whether we can be able to adjust where it's possible to do so. But especially I think it's Charity. Yeah. Now, Sister Charity, whether you could talk to us about some of the, when we talk about the exit point, we might be talking about a marriage or a relationship. What do you think are some of the common mistakes that people who exit that point make, maybe out of desperation or out of just lack of what exactly they are supposed to do? What are some of the mistakes that you have observed people do make at that exit point?
One major mistake that people make when exiting a relationship is basing it on emotions and not reason. Yes, when you base it on emotions, sometimes your emotions could be right, but the reasons could be wrong. That a partner has angered you, a partner has gone out of their way and let you down in a certain incidents, is not enough for you to exit that relationship. When you put reason, then you'll sit down and have facts as to why you ought to leave.
Okay.
So we should not leave or exit relationships or end a relationship because of our emotions haywire. We should sit down, compose ourselves, and on top of feeling disappointed and therefore emotionally drained, you should put reason as to why you ought to leave that relationship. So for me, that is key before you leave. And for women, by the time a woman is leaving a relationship or ending a relationship, that woman physically leaving a relationship or walking out of your house, that woman must have left that relationship more than 6 months ago. That's one thing that I know. That you sit down and you count and tell yourself, this doesn't feel right, but how do I go about it? You stay on, look at it, see if there are any chances of improvement, and you notice nothing is going to change month 1, month 2. You still have the same idea, I need to move out of this relationship. But you're looking at it and asking yourself, how am I going to do it? What is going to happen when I get out? And for this person, are there any chances that this person is going to change? So by the time you're leaving that relationship, you should be emotionally dry, that you do not have any attachment or any reason to stay on, and therefore you leave. Yes.
Pastor Dominic, have you dealt with such a cases? We are still being told whether the media people can work on the volumes. I'm told the volumes are not okay. Have you ever dealt with, especially young people, pastoring them, who exit a relationship today and tomorrow they are in another relationship? Have you seen which kind of, do you think that kind of arrangement is okay? Are people stable mentally and emotionally to deal with a relationship after exiting another?
Yeah, there are certain things I've seen as a man of God handling relationships. First of all, there are mistakes people make because people get in relationships with the wrong reasons. And as Charity is saying, they make decisions on emotions. I want to be categorical to young people. We don't get in relationship because of love. We get in relationship because we have made, actually the ladies, their heart, they are full into this guy. Their eyes are blocked. They can't see the real guy. So it's a mistake. When you reach in the marriage now, you realize the real him is here because you are blocked. Because of the thing you are calling love, you can't see mistake. You go in a relationship with your head, not your heart. I repeat, you go in a relationship with your head, not just your heart. Jesus, direct me. God directs you into a relationship.
Could you expound? What does it mean we go with your head? Because possibly many people leave the head behind.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what the Bible says? It says that the heart of man is deceitful and full of evil. And then young people are lying to themselves, follow your heart. That's one of the mistakes they make. That's not what the Bible says. The Bible says the heart of man is deceptive and full of evil. So your heart can lead you into marrying a gangster. Your heart can lead you into marrying an abusive guy because emotions supersede your thinking. So your emotions clouded your thinking. You could not think. You know, I've met people, you tell them, I want you to look at this lady or this guy before you make a decision. Say, no, me, I don't care. My love, the way I love this man, I know him. But when you reach there, you realize you didn't know the guy. Why? You made decisions because of emotions. You didn't critically analyze the guy. Who is this guy? You know, the relationship where people are led by emotions, they are the most ones that break up because they don't reason. So when you go into relationship, go with your head. This guy, when he texts you and you don't respond, he's sending you 10 messages. That's not love. That's being, what do we call it?
Idol?
Not idol. I want to say that's being too insecure.
Oh.
He's threatening you. I tell ladies, if a guy slaps you before marriage, he will kill you in marriage. He tells you, let's meet, and then you don't meet him. The next time you are meeting, he slaps you. And you say, oh, it is love. When they will cut off your head, you will know it's not love. So you make decision, use your head. Ask yourself question. Why is this guy always in the midst of ladies?
Help us understand. Help me understand, Pastor.
Yes.
Yes. Try and break down.
Yes.
The aspect of, critically looking at a person, mentally, not emotionally.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
I mean this. Intentionally tell yourself, I love this guy, but I don't know him. That's what you should tell yourself. I love this guy, but I don't know him. So let me know him. Knowing him is intentionally reaching out to find. Others, some things you ask directly to him. Some things you find out on your own. Where does he come from? You know, he goes in a certain church. How does he behave? Where does he come from? Who knows him? There is nothing wrong with finding out who knows this guy. Who are his friends? Those are the questions. If you find that a guy is in a group of idlers, all his friends are standing on the road every evening talking about politics when they have nothing in their pocket. If that's the kind of friends he has, then you make up your mind. You say this is an idle guy. Number two, when you're sitting with him, what is he talking about? Is he talking about the future? Does he have plan? You are analyzing him critically. You are not just on, oh, I like your head, I like your nails, I like my back. To maintain my nails, there is a vision that will bring income. So if this guy is not talking about vision that will bring income to maintain the hair, and is always talking about, I like your hair, I like your teeth, it is good to like it, but now tell me the plan to maintain what you are liking. So that's not what I'm talking about, critical thinking.
Critical thinkers, I hope you're listening.
Yes.
Charity, please try and also help us there. How do I separate between emotions leading me and being rational, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
you'll excuse me, Pastor. There's something I wanted to start off from your first question.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, and as I answer, we always hear about going after your heart. My heart is leading me to do this. I feel this and do that. It is okay that your heart is leading you and you're very much in love with this person. But as you go with your heart, please remember to bring your head along.
Thank you.
Okay? So,
Hey, okay.
now, your first
Bring your
question-
head.
Yeah, bring your head along. You can go with your heart, but remember to bring your head along.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And as you asked, your first question was, can you move into a new relationship just after you've ended the last one? Was that what you asked?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It is always good to heal from any heartbreak.
Mhm.
It is always good.
Okay.
So, yes, you can get into a new relationship, but as you do that, make sure you heal from your previous relationship. Give yourself a little time. Get a breather. And for you two who are pastors, if somebody ends a relationship this month, and next month they're walking into your office with a new girlfriend and they want you to intervene, please ask them to give themselves some time.
Okay.
Because the chances are, there are very high chances that this new relationship has been on and could have been the reason why the previous one ended. Because we do not just, it is not automatic. You don't change.
It's not
I
floating.
know some people who do this. They end one relationship today and they bring in another relationship the same day.
Okay.
Trust me, you will fail harder than you did in the last relationship.
Mhm.
Always give yourself time as a human being to reflect on where you failed and knowing where you might have gone wrong, even in the choice. Let's say your partner was the one on the wrong, but give yourself time to forgive yourself for accepting a wrong choice, for accepting to insist on fixing a drunkard, on fixing an adulteress or somebody who is full of lust, on insisting on fixing somebody who is wayward with his finances and cannot control himself. So, allow yourself to heal. Forgive yourself for allowing somebody to hurt you. And as you do that, anytime you talk about a relationship or some pain you have gone through and you realize you're not shedding tears, I don't know whether most men cry, but I know some who cry.
We do, yeah.
Yes, yes. I know
It
some.
might be inwardly,
yeah.
but we do.
It doesn't have to be inward. Real tears that you can go out there and get to your bedroom and look at yourself and tears just flow. Reason? Because of the pain you're going through. It is okay to cry because it is an indicator that you are handling your loss, you're handling your grief. The day you realize that you talk about a situation or somebody, a past relation, and the tears do not come, or when they do, you're able to control and swallow, then know you're on your journey to healing. But as long as you're still talking about it and the tears still flow, and you still feel like you want to cry about it, please pause. You still need to heal. You should not move to the next relationship. Yeah,
Just-
there's a weakness that we always have. You will want to get somebody to lean on. And unfortunately, it would be very unfortunate, if you ended up getting a wrong shoulder to lean on. Not every shoulder is the right shoulder.
Thank
You
you.
will lean on a shoulder that will wipe away those tears, and in so doing, you will unknowingly think the wiping away tears is actually the love that you so need because it is comforting you now that you are in pain. After some time, you realize that that shoulder wasn't actually the right one. So find the right shoulder to lean on when you're going through a breakup and desist from trying to substitute what you think is missing. In so doing, you want to cover up the pain because your wife has left or your husband has left.
Okay.
Most likely, you're going to transfer the pain you have from your previous relationship into the new one. because you never gave yourself time to heal.
Mm.
You realize you'll begin discussing a lot of your issues with
So
your new partner.
if I ask you, Charity,
Yes.
do you think that then, therefore, being by yourself is really medicinal at that exit point?
Yes. Because you see, before you approach the next person, you have to call yourself to a meeting. What
Okay.
are you going to look for in the next person if you do not even understand what you're going through? So the first thing that you do is sit down, have a meeting with yourself, call yourself to order and say, now, what has happened? What have I done? What would I have done differently if I were given another chance? So yes, the first person you do is sit yourself down and ask yourself the questions. If you think you do not know the answers, or the answers you have are unsatisfactory, then now move in and go to Pastor Dominic,
Yeah.
your friend.
Yeah.
You know, somebody you think, I'll just need to talk. I just want to vent. I
Yes.
just need to tell them what I'm feeling. And of course, you see, he's not going to give you something very different from what you'll be talking about, because usually the answers to anybody's problem come from you.
Mm.
Yes, I will only answer you the way
Based on what is coming out of you.
based on what is coming out of you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
learn
Mm.
to get those answers from yourself. If you feel you do not know what to do or the answers are not satisfactory, go to the third party, and that third party would only help, maybe reassure you that what you're thinking is right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that reassurance
Mm.
will make you be confident that what actually you have a crisis, you're trying to solve it,
Mhm.
and as much as you're doubting your ability, the third person will confirm that indeed that is the right thing to do. So actually, when you're faced with such a situation, the answers shall come from you. Nobody is going to impose an answer on you.
Mm.
Yes, if we impose that answer on you, it will be short-lived.
Mm. Like, are you trying to suggest that it is like every man can be in charge of his emotion?
Every man should be in charge of his emotion.
Kaya basha.
Yes.
Hope you get me. I
Yes.
spoke in tongues there. I don't know whether you
Yes.
heard.
Just want
yeah.
to insist on what she has said.
Yes.
And here it is now affecting all the pastors, most of us. Listen, when someone comes to you with a situation, it is their life. So the solution should be patterned to them, not to you.
Mhm.
It's not you who is going to live for them.
Mhm.
It is them who is going to live.
Mm.
So if the answer comes from them, it is best suited for them.
Okay.
So you should always try to get it out of them.
Mm.
Then I want to add something small before
Yes,
you
yes,
can
yes.
ask
Yeah,
the next
yeah.
question. Your question is okay.
Mm.
Now it begs the question of wrong reasons of getting remarried. Wrong reason.
Mm.
One of the wrong reason is what Madam is talking about. Looking for a shoulder to lean on. And this is the most common. A guy now comes in, you have left your husband, he's buying for you milk for the baby, he's helping you pay rent, he's visiting you, he's emotionally encouraging you. Oh, my dear, it is well. One thing leads into another, and you feel this is a relationship. No, what the guy feels for you is sympathy. It's not love, it's sympathy. So by the time you will heal completely, you will not need his shoulder.
Is sympathy not part of love, or it just is deceptive?
Sympathy is not love. Sympathy
Hey.
is just feeling sorry for you. But when that situation will be over, sympathy will disappear. So if there is no love to continue the relationship, you realize the relationship will not be sustained. Another wrong reason will be you are getting in this because this guy is providing for you. Are you listening, bro?
Yes.
So when this guy is providing for you, you feel better. The time you will be stable, and you can now take care of yourself, that relationship will die. So don't quickly remarry or get in another relation because of wrong reason. One of them being
a shoulder to lean on.
sympathy, provision. Those are wrong reason. Because when you are going in because of sympathy or provision, your mind will be blocked. Your concentration will be what you are getting, the shoulder. You will not concentrate on any other part of the guy or the lady. What you be concentrating in, what he is doing, what he is saying, your mind will be blocked. You will not see the other part of the guy. So when the problem will be over, the veil will be lifted. Sympathy is over. You have healed. Now the real you comes out, the relationship will die, and you'll be back to the circle. So we need to avoid that.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
The conversation is getting deeper and deeper. I believe that wherever it is you're watching us, you're getting something this morning.
Yeah.
Allow me to look at some of the comments that we have right here. There was quite a concern about the volume. I don't know whether now it's okay or we still need to work on it. For those who are able to let us know if the volume is okay now. There's someone who, falling from Swam, wants to border Salmia's sister Charity. This is from Stephen Masika. I guess you know him. Lady Pastor Selena, my daughter is saying that wisdom idirre. And I think we went to a funeral Tuesday in somewhere there in Butler. So I think we were asking for direction for the funeral. So I say, "Mulanyola musiki kudirre." Hapo ndio kwa matanga. So I think
It is just
so I think it is a wisdom idirre.
yes.
I hope you get it.
Yes. Imekamata.
Yani imekamata wisdom idirre as.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone is Giddy Branton is watching from Hebo Plaza. Thank you so much, my brother, for perfect sound now. Awesome. Apostle think now the sound is perfect.
Okay.
If Apostle says it, then it is
Yeah,
true.
it is.
Yeah. Mike B, I thank you so much for watching. Are you watching live also from from these studios again?
Yes.
Apostle, the volume isn't loud. I think has been fixed already. It was a concern from Franklin Marsh as well, but I hope we've been able to deal with that. Once you have any question, contribution, or you want to call in live, please go ahead. Also, you can leave us a text on WhatsApp. The number is right there on 07228646921. We'll be able to sample some of those questions during this conversation. I believe that you're getting something this morning. So, like, if I got it right, then a need could conceal intention.
Yes.
Did I say it right? That is
A need would conceal intention.
intention.
Expound on that question.
Like
what do you mean?
if, for example, if you have a need, many times it has a way of blocking what really lies behind the need.
Yes.
One day your need will be met,
Yes.
and then it will uncover
Intention will
intentions. Now be like,
appear.
the reason why I came here
Yes, it is.
is that yeah.
Always know what you need
Mm.
and separate it with what you want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You might need something,
Mm.
but is it what you want?
Okay.
So, in relationships, let's say you meet a man, know what you want from this man.
Hmm.
But as you assess what you want, distinguish between your need for a man. I might want financial support, and this man is in a position to give the finances. But is he the man I need?
Mm.
And because our wants always our wants always overpower or overcover our needs. You go with what you want, but deep inside, you know very well this is not what I need.
Mm.
Yeah. So, like they say, if wisdom has dire,
So it's wisdom idirre.
as you approach
Mm.
a woman, please identify the reason as to why you're going there. Why do you need to get a shoulder to lean on from a sister in church? It's because you want something from that sister, but you do not need that sister. Okay? And that is why you will get an opportunity, have your wants met, but now when it gets deep and it turns out that as much as she has all that I want, but as a person, I don't think I'm very attracted to her and I don't need her as a wife. I don't need her as a woman, but I want her company. I want her comfort. I want everything, but that aspect of her, there's something in her that makes you feel, no, I don't need that one. Okay? So our wants are what I would say are very superficial.
Superficial.
Yes, in relationship. But our needs in people is what makes the relationship. to a point that you might want money. I do not have it. But you might need counsel. You might need a word of encouragement. You might need reason, because the reason is usually in the need, not in the want. Yeah?
Awesome.
Your emotions will be in the want. I want a coffee date. I want a man to reassure me that I'm still beautiful and I can, get somebody else other than my ex.
Would I be right to say then that what you're saying is that it is easy to forego what you
One.
need
Mm-hmm.
in the excuse that they don't have what you want?
Yes.
Okay.
Because usually, once, even in, let's move away from emotional or romance and love issues. Once in life, what really looks like is reality. As a person, what do you want? For today, Pastor Moss, if I asked you, what do you want as at now? What you want might not necessarily be what you need. Okay? For a human being to survive, there are things you just need to get your life rolling. And that also affects our love life. But when it comes what you want, I was just telling you right now, Pastor, I left home at 10. You told me you'll buy me a car. Of course, I want a car. But then do I need it as at now? My need will depend on what my priorities are.
Okay.
I might want a car, yes, but there's something else that if I got now, it will help me more. Same to relationship. What do you want after a breakup? Do you want a quick fix because you want to emotionally reassure yourself that things are okay? Do you want a replacement of your ex? Or do you need somebody who will understand that you are ready to love again?
Okay.
What you need in the fresh engagement is, one, healing from your previous relationship, correcting any faults, any mistake that you might have made.
Okay.
Knowing that intimacy comes with time and reassurance. But unfortunately, the first quick fix, most people who have gone through emotional breakup is to get intimate with the next person they meet, thinking the act of intimacy will...
just a coolant.
You've used it. You used that word. I didn't. Thank you for bringing it up. Because, and it happens a lot.
Is it like a paracetamol?
Yes.
Yeah?
You want to ease the pain, but you do not want to treat
address the issue.
The cause of the pain.
Oh, okay.
So, and those are the wants I'm talking about. You want something that will make you feel comfortable. You want the ease. Some people will quickly slip into taking drugs. I know this is church, but we know it is there. And because you are unable to sleep, somebody tells you, a glass of wine is not a problem. And before you realize, you move away from the wine and you're doing something serious. You're taking drugs, and all that is because you want to ease the pain. But when you need to heal the pain, then you'll make choices that will not include any of those, to a point that now when you meet somebody new, you want to begin it right. Okay? And taking coolants and supplements and everything is not a way, it's not a remedy to solving that
The
problem.
issue.
Yes.
Pastor Dominic, you have something to add?
Yeah, what you need is what sustains what you want. That's key. What you need is what sustains what you want.
Okay.
And that's what she was actually saying. So, because, like, for example, let me give you a quick example. You need a job, but you want money. So it's a job that will sustain money.
Yes. That's a very good
Because if
example.
you get money,
Yes.
it will get finished. And then you will want it again.
Yes.
So when you jump from one relationship to another, you're just picking one from here, you go there. But when you get what sustains it, that is really help. So a relationship, if you get a need it will sustain. For instance, if you get companionship
Yes.
and true love,
Mm.
when you once come in and go, you won't be moved.
Mm.
Why? Because what
the
sustains
basics.
is the need,
Mm.
and it's for the both of you.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Charity, this question I will ask you, then we'll take a short break because I really want to look at some of the questions that are coming through. Also on TikTok, we are streaming live on TikTok at Mozwa Libans. I hope you can be able to also join us over there. That season before, I'm actually the exit window. I so much strongly believe that it's supposed to be a season of reflection
Yes.
that doesn't just over put emphasis on the other party, but mostly on yourself.
Yes.
Because I remember that's what you say, that you have to zero into you. Why you even allowed yourself to be hurt. I remember that's what you said.
Yes, yes.
Now, if I may ask, how would you fix a person who, in that analytical moment, they are still blame shifting? You don't think you are the problem. Tendency of human beings is to
Yes.
imagine the other person has a problem. Many of us don't ask ourselves, do I have a problem?
Yes.
But I believe also that healing begins with when you say, I have a
My
problem,
problem.
or there's
Yes.
something I can fix, or something I contributed. Tell me something about that, Charity.
Yes, it is very easy to apportion blame on the other party,
Okay.
and it's only human
Mm.
because you want to actually express yourself and let everybody know that so and so offended you.
Mm.
But before somebody offends you,
Mm.
I strongly believe you will allow somebody to offend you by allowing them in your space. So when I get somebody who tries to tell me about so and so and so and so and so and so, 100% blame on the other partner. As much as I agree and respect their view, I would differ with them by just asking, don't you think your presence there encouraged this person to do what they did? Because if you did not allow yourself in their space, then you would have been talking about this story. So you can never apportion 100% blame on the other partner.
How do you now fix? Because there are people
Okay.
who are so, given to think it is the other party.
Yes, now this is
That's
how
why they go on and fix with the same errors
Yes.
into the next relationship.
well,
relationship.
now you've just asked what I would do in such a
Okay,
scenario.
okay, fine.
And my answer was, I would argue my case out with them. And one reason I would float is that you allowed yourself with the wife to this man who has been drinking and battering you for the last 10 years. So when you tell me, ni yeye alikuwa ananipiga, yes, ni yeye alikuwa anakupiga, but remember, you are also in his house. So let us begin there. Why were you with this man in the first place? In my language, we say, "Hubiyange njisine and hubiyengo." You see? Yeah, if you're a hen and you keep straying, they keep you in the house.
You are around
you
sugarcane.
you like going around the sugarcane plantation. When the wildcat finds you there, we will blame both of you. And therefore, I'm saying, in this relationship, when somebody comes and they're being difficult and insisting that the other person is to blame, then I have a simple question. What would you want us to do for you? Since the other person is to blame, what do you want? Of course, I know what they'll say. Nataka uongee nae, nataka umkataze, nataka umwambie. And for me, if you are the person who keeps giving those answers, that you talk to the other person, make sure the other person changes and all that. The fact that you're part of that person, maybe the way you relate to the other party would change. But as human beings, it is always good to know who you are. So if somebody came to me and the blame is on the other party without knowing that they have actually contributed, even if it's 1%, then that person has a long way to go, because before they really sit and accept that they have a part to play, then they will not heal.
Okay.
And that is the type of person who will not let the ex go because they keep holding on to it and the mistake they did. And when they move into a new relationship, they'll keep on blaming the other person. I personally was battered. I was beaten very badly by my ex. And I always say, I know why I was beaten. Up to now, I know. And this is why I was beaten. I questioned him.
So you shouldn't have?
Yes, no.
Okay. Yeah.
I knew he did not have the ability to tackle me. So my questioning him really brought him down. Of course, I asked him, what type of man are you?
Okay.
That statement alone can earn you a very big beating. Because you see, I am telling you, so I am one person who was battered very badly. And I always know what I contributed, why I ended up being beaten. Though I'm not saying I'm justifying being beaten.
True. Yeah.
And in fact, when I was beaten, that was the last time I left that home. I left everything and just left with my children. That is the only thing I could not leave behind. But I left everything, including my ID. You know, when you just take your children and walk away and go, not even having shoes, just walking away. You know, after that ugly scene of being beaten and all that,
Yeah.
I only picked my children and left. And I'm telling you, had I not answered back, had I taken the back seat and tried saying, oh, Mzee is talking, let me just keep quiet, you know, he would not have beaten me. But that day, I was so done that I had to question him. What type of man are you?
Okay.
No, that alone made him feel like now the only way for him to prove to me that he's a man was for him to get physical. Because that is where now he can
Prove to you that he's a man.
yeah,
now.
that's the only way he could prove to me that he's a man. Because I had, of course, the intelligence and everything to a point. Now I told him, but what type of man are you? That did it, and my marriage broke and I left. I've never gone back. Now, back to the question. If you find somebody who keeps apportioning blame to the other party, they are not being real to themselves. Because it takes two to tango. So if you want to be a better person, always sit down and ask yourself, what did I do to fuel this argument, to fuel this fight? Like they always say, if you want to put out a fire, what do? You stop, adding firewood to it. And that is how you manage a situation. So for that fire to be burning, I have to continue putting the firewood. I have to continue putting, and as you put the firewood, those are the words, those are the things that you do that will aggravate the situation. So there's no single argument, there's no single breakup that you would say one party is 100% innocent. If you are that type of person, know you are in denial and you have a lot of work to do to work on yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We place ourselves in a place of being hurt. So for that alone should be a reason why you need also to reflect on yourself.
Yes. You know,
Okay.
when you get in a relationship and you feel you are in love and you have forgotten to bring your head along, the red flags are always there. But for some reason, they're fuchsia, they're pinkish. And you think, if you're a person like me, I am a very strong fixer. You know, a fixer is somebody who believes there's no situation that can come my way and I'll not be able to do it. I have
Okay.
almost a solution to every...
Is that wrong?
well, that is who I am. It is not...
Okay.
it is not wrong, but it's a weakness.
Oh, it's a weakness.
Because what happens is you tend to think you can fix people. You tend to think you have a solution to every problem. But the truth of the matter is you cannot fix people. You cannot change people. People choose to change. So when you are when you are a fixer, you accommodate too much. You believe in people changing. You believe that this situation, if I approach this, I still have that problem up to now because that is me. I look at it and say, if I decided to choose these words for this situation, it will work.
Okay.
So I keep on giving chances to something that I should have automatically said no. Okay? A good example is infidelity in a relationship because I went through it in my previous relationship.
Yeah.
You would want to think, one, I am a beautiful woman. I know what it takes to be a good wife, and therefore no woman is going to take my man. Okay? That is a very strong stand for women who want to keep their marriage. It is good. But you know what you do to the man? You gave him an opportunity to think, this one is here to stay, even if I did what I had to do.
Oh.
Yes, even if I cheated. And when I went back and things got worse, if I told her the truth, we will argue about it, but I know she's not going to leave because she believes in me and she's going to stay. Over time, what happens? This fixer, who is Charity, will excuse you on partner X, on partner Y, and as she so does, her own self-esteem is coming down. Yeah, she's now beginning to think, maybe I am not that good enough for this man. Maybe there's something in me that he doesn't like and I'm not satisfying him as a woman. Over time, she despairs and now gives up. So by the time she leaves, you'll want to imagine Charity has a solution to all the problems, but she has refused to fix hers, not knowing she tried to fix, but over time,
At the
she's
expense of
human,
her own
she
ego.
despaired and now gave up. Okay.
Pastor Dominic, let's try to look deeper into this aspect. We are looking at that exit point as a moment of reflection. Why do you think we always don't accept the fact that we could have contributed? Like Charity is saying, you can't just be 100% innocent. There's something you bring in. Maybe dealing with those cases as a pastor, how do you maybe help people to also try and reflect on themselves?
Yeah, the problem, especially people in church, is the way people will look at issues. You know, you have been in church and you are a leader of praise and worship, and there are so many people looking up to you. And you realize that your marriage is not working, and you want everybody to feel it's not you has made a mistake. It is always about what people will say. And most people who are in self-denial are always vengeful. And I want to tell anyone who gets through such a situation, please don't go online trying to bash somebody. You're making things worse. Because if you expand the scope of the people who know about your issue, you are increasing stress for yourself. Because now more will start calling you, more will start following up to find out what exactly happened. So the biggest problem with people is to look inwardly to look outwardly more than looking inwardly. I listen to me, Mos.
Yes, yeah.
So they will always want to look what is outside. Now, let me give you a quick example. The biggest problem sometimes is when you have so many unsolved issues in your marriage. Somebody, has had infidelity, and then you ask them, they say, umeanza tena. Umeanza, then you leave it there. You have not solved the issue. Then your wife may be disrespectful